One of the reasons why I like South Park and will probably continue to be one of my favorite shows to ever be made, or at least the ones that I've lived through, is because they always find a way to stay fresh in the sense that they're willing to make fun of everyone. Now, when it comes to comedy, personally, I understand that sure some people won't find a lot of jokes funny. Some people have limits to what they consider funny. But the thing is that whenever you decide to just stick to one side of the aisle, your act is gonna get stale very quickly. For example, when I watch Jimmy Kimmel, and I actually let me retract that. When I used to watch Jimmy Kimmel, the Trump jokes at first they were really funny, but I got sick and tired of them right away. Why? It's not because I'm a Trump supporter, but it was because the act gets stale. Can you imagine a comedian telling the exact same jokes for like the next 30 years? Eventually, their act is gonna get stale. Now, when you're willing to make fun of multiple people, multiple sides, your act tends to last longer. Why do you think South Park has been able to stay relevant for so long? And I think this is really cool because South Park, from you read in the title, I'll read you the title from the Hollywood Reporter. It reads: South Park viewers watched 30 billion minutes of the show in 2019. What does that tell you? That's people like South Park not because they're willing to make fun of the president or they're not willing to make fun of the president. It's because they're willing to make fun of everyone. I mean, seriously, even one of the most controversial episodes of the season was when Macho Man Randy Savage made a guest appearance on the on one of the episodes in their season called Board Girls. So it kind of makes you wonder why is South Park still able to be at the top of their game? Was because they're willing to make fun of everyone. Sure, they'll make some episodes making fun of Trump, but they also make fun of Hillary. They'll make fun of episodes making fun of Obama, but they also made one of McCain. And then that one was about last night. But you get the point. Don't make fun of everyone. If you do something incredibly stupid, or they think that it's stupid, their chances are they're going to make fun of you. Okay? A good example: Kanye West. Kanye West was at the top of his game when they first made fun of him in Fish Sticks, right? And that's the episode, Fish Sticks, like the food that you eat. And Kanye, he was like, he apparently said his feelings were hurt, but it goes to show you, you can be at the best of the best. You can be at the prime of your life when it comes to your career in music, athletics doesn't matter. If South Park thinks you're worthy of being made fun of, then then maybe that's a reasonable thing, right? But again, and I'm not surprised. Honestly, I'm not surprised that a lot of people are like a lot of South Park viewers watch 30 billion minutes in the entire year. I'm not surprised. I know I contributed to that because I've been watching South Park for as long as I can remember. Okay, I even have the two games, the Stick of Truth and the Fractured But Whole. But again, they're really it's a like Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Again, the fact that they're willing to make fun of everyone, of every single individual from every aspect, from both sides, kind of shows you how fresh they're able to stay when it comes to their act. Because again, it's not like even then. I'll give you an example. I don't like Hillary Clinton, but if a comedian was making like Hillary jokes every single act, I would get tired of it. Not because I'm offended, but because hey, your jokes are getting old, man. Come up with new material. And when you're willing to make fun of a lot of people from both sides, you're able to get new material. You're able to stay fresh, right? Like South Park. But let's see what this article has to say. As the title reads, again, I'll reread the title from the Hollywood Reporter. Read: South Park viewers watched 30 billion minutes of the show in 2019. The Comedy Central show also ended its season at the top. Wait, what the heck? Oh, great. Anyways, whatever. Anyways, oh yeah, sorry. It was just an ad. Sorry. Anyways, it reads: The Comedy Central show also ended its season as the top cable comedy in adults 18 to 49 for the seventh consecutive year. That's amazing. I mean, I'm within that demographic. I'm on the younger side. I'm 23. So yeah, I'm glad I contributed to this. But it's again because South Park's really is like South Park's really awesome. Anyways, the 23rd season of South Park finished as a top-rated comedy on cable for the seventh consecutive year. But that's only the tip of the iceberg in terms of just how much the show was watched in 2019. Viewers of the show watched a staggering 30 billion minutes of the long-running series on linear TV in 2019, according to Comedy Central. That figure, which includes first run episodes and repeats, jumped by 36% over 2018, and is the equivalent of more than 57,000 years. Wow! So apparently, all the South Park fans watch like, oh my god, that's incredible. That is amazing right there. That 57,000 years. All those minutes, apparently, they pretty much add up to 57,000 years. Wow, kind of shows you how good South Park is. Like I said, my favorite episode, my newest one is Board Girls. My second, it continues to be Smugglers. That's my number two now. Border Girls has now become my number one favorite episode of South Park, which is pretty funny. But again, let's continue. The massive consumption of South Park also points to why HBO Max was willing to pay up to $500 million for streaming rights to the series. The show currently streams on Hulu, but will move to Warner Brothers Media HBO Max in June 2020. That sucks, but I guess I'm gonna have to buy another streaming service because I want to continue to watch South Park at my own convenience as well. But anyways, let's keep going. 30 billion minutes of viewing on Comedy Central likely puts South Park in the upper echelons of viewing. Netflix users watched 32.6 billion minutes of Friends and 52 billion minutes of The Office in 2018. South Park is unequivocally among the best, setting the satirical gold standard with a consistent finger on the comedy pulse. Kevin Riley, chief content officer at HBO Max and president at TBS, TNT, and TruTV, said in announcing the deal. Audiences have connected with Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny, either alive or dead. It's pretty funny. I mean, we're talking about Kenny, of course. But anyways, for over 20 years, and we look forward to connecting these characters to new audiences on HBO Max. Now, while I'm not a big fan of HBO Max just having the rights to South Park and getting removed from Hulu, I can see why HBO wanted to pay that much for South Park. Just South Park, by the way, just the right to stream South Park. That for that much money, that shows you why. Because people love South Park. You can be a Republican, you can be a Democrat, a Hillary supporter, a Trump supporter. You can be anyone from like the right to the left and down and all right down the middle. You can like South Park because they're willing to make fun of everyone. Now, granted, some people have different tastes for different episodes, but if you could just put, for example, let's look at the Imagination trilogy or the Black Friday trilogy. You can just show that to a casual person who hasn't seen South Park, and they'll laugh. They'll laugh. Even my little brother who doesn't watch South Park, he prefers Family Guy. But anyways, But even my brother who doesn't watch as much South Park, he saw the Black Friday trilogy and he was laughing from the first episode to the final episode of the trilogy. Why? Because they're funny. They're willing to make fun of everyone. Anyways, keep going. For season 23, South Park averaged 1.4 million viewers per episode, including 3 days of delayed viewing. It averaged a 1.29 rating among adults, 18 to 49 with Comedy Central's coverage area, and a 1.9 amongst men under 35. I'll give it a 1.9. I mean, I would agree. And even that, not even 1.9. Max out the scale for me when it comes to this season. Max it out. It was amazing. And I'm under 35. And that concludes the article. But here's my opinion, okay? Not the fact. The fact is that South Park has managed to stay on top this entire year, okay, when it comes to comedy shows. But my opinion when it comes to why I think it managed to take the top spot when it comes to comedy shows is because they're willing to make fun of everyone. Like I said, I even though I support the president, and when I hear Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon talk about Trump every single night, it's not that I'm getting offended, but because it's getting old. And I'll tell you, and like I said, it before, you can literally make fun of Hillary for days, and I'll get sick of it eventually. Why? Because your act is gonna get old. The whole point of comedy is to make sure that your act stays fresh, it stays new, right? Because if it gets old, if it gets stale, it's not gonna work. I'll give you a good example. One comedian that I used to like, but I feel that his act was getting a little old, was Felipe Esparza. Now you might have never heard of him. Chances are he has a special on Netflix. But when I try to look up more jokes on from him, because I found it really funny, I noticed that a lot of the jokes that he used in the special were jokes that he's already used in the past. And I'm thinking, this is not cool. This is not good. Why? Because he's reusing old jokes. And I'm thinking, okay, that's funny at first, but come up with new material, man. I mean, come up with new material. A good example of a comedian who's willing to refresh, his act is Gabriel Iglesias. Another one, Dave Chappelle. Right? Those are comedians that are willing to add new things into their acts in order to stay fresh. One thing that Gabriel Iglesias managed to do perfectly fine is voice imitations. But even then, he's not repeating the same jokes over and over again. He adds new stuff. Now, sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're not. But that's the point of comedy: is how far are you willing to go in order to make fun of something or someone, and how good are you at delivering the joke? Because you can make fun, you can make fun of the trans community, but if you don't have a good punchline, then it's not funny. In fact, it makes you look like a jerk. But Dave Chappelle, for example, in Sticks and Stones, he makes fun of the trans community while making it funny. It's not as simple as aha, look at you, you're so weird. No. He managed to make a joke. Well, some people might find offensive, but it's still funny. So that's why I think South Park is number one. I think in this case, why a lot of people viewed, South Park, especially 30 billion minutes in 2019 alone, because they're willing to stay fresh. They're willing to make fun of everyone. You're a Trump supporter, well, we'll make fun of you. You're a Hillary supporter, we'll make fun of you too. Oh, you're a member of the trans community, oh, we'll make fun of you too. They'll make fun of everyone. I mean, they even made fun of a bunch of religions. They from Islam to Christianity to even Scientology. I mean, they even made fun of Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise tried to sue them. I mean, I'm thinking, so yeah, it kind of shows you how far you're willing to go. Even when they made fun of the episode of Scientology, and then apparently the actor who plays Chef, he left allegedly because he was offended on the episode of Scientology. Allegedly, of course. I don't think it was ever confirmed. But even Matt Stone ended up criticizing the actor who played Chef because he ended up saying, well, when we paid him to make fun of Christianity, Islam, Judaism, he was perfectly fine. But the moment we made fun of his religion, that's when he said, oh, that's too far. And he even said, like, I stand with that episode. Like, I applaud Matt Stone for that. I thought the actor who voiced Chef was very immature, allegedly, of course. But like I said, they're willing to make fun of everyone. Are you Hispanic? South Park will make fun of you. Are you white? They'll make fun of you. You could be. Chances are that at one point in your life, South Park has made fun of you at least once. At least once. You can argue that it haven't. They haven't. But out of all the times I've seen South Park has made fun of me, or at least people like me, at least once. And you know what I did? I laughed. I didn't cry. I didn't go into my little safe space and demand that South Park be canceled. No, I just laughed. And even if it wasn't funny, I'd be like, well, I can see what you did that. But I mean, I didn't cry like a little baby. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. Are you guys surprised that South Park, a lot of people viewed that like, again, 30 billion minutes of the show in 2019, in a year. Okay, in 1 year, South Park viewers watched the show. They watched 30 billion minutes worth of South Park in 2019 alone. Okay, do you think that South Park, do you think that South Park deserves the top rated comedy of the year for seventh consecutive year? It even tops Family Guy, okay? And Family Guy is pretty funny too. But again, for 7 years in a row, they've been rated top rated comedy for 7 years straight. Do you think South Park deserves? Do you think South Park deserves that title, or do you think that another show deserves that title? And do you agree with my reasons as to why I think South Park manages to stay on top, especially for 7 years in a row? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the like button. That really does help out a lot with YouTube. And if you're new to the channel, if you wish to subscribe, feel free to do that too, and hit the notifications button as well. And I also do recommend you bookmark the page because sometimes YouTube will notify you properly. And again, let me know what you guys think. And if you really want to share this video, help me out when it comes to reaching newer audiences. I really much appreciate it. Share it with your friends, family, anyone who might like South Park, anyone who has never heard of South Park, anyone who doesn't want to give South Park a chance, and you want to share this with them and kind of rub it in the face like, haha, you see South Park's better than Family Guy. Again, obviously it's a joke. Everything's subjective, of course. But again, if you want to share with your friends or family who think they might be interested in this video specifically, or in this case, or in other cases, my type of content, I very much appreciate it. But honestly, though, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Does South Park deserve to be named top-rated comedy of the year for 7 years straight? And do you think South Park, and do you think the reason why and do you agree with my reasons as to why South Park manages to stay at the top of their game, especially when it comes to being willing to make fun of everyone. I mean everyone. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next segment of the article. This is in regards to my beautiful state of California, where we have 5-star feces in the streets and 5-star needles on our beaches. Such a beautiful state. Well, I'll see you guys in the next segment.